Now, as we were out yesterday in the community, we ran into a family that's living in some horrible conditions. I want you to hear exactly how they're living. Let me roll the clip.
Complex. I got a petition started to where it's owned by Latino people. Okay, 2 weeks ago we had a bad flood. We lost all our belongings due to the damage of the flood. I called the city, I called FEMA, I called Red Cross, Channel 1311, I called the city inspector, I called the health department, and we trying to do all this, but I was doing it by myself. And I had to go hire me a lawyer because me and my kids got acute bronchitis from this. I went to the emergency room 3 times since then. Yeah. So I got all my neighbors together to get on the petition. And we're trying to get them to accommodate us to get us out of this environment.
We have a slumlord.
We have a slumlord until they can eradicate the problem that's in there, which is nothing but mold. From the first apartment to the last apartment, we have mold.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question? So you say you have mold in your place now?
Yes.
And why is the city allowing it to happen?
I don't know why they're allowing it to happen. They just got, well, I called a week ago, so they did send the inspector out. But it took like a week for the inspector to come out. He did what he had to do. And he called, got with the apartment, looked at mine, and looked at another neighbors as well. He immediately got in touch with the health department because this is a health hazard environment that we're living in.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't have, at first, I didn't have no one to help me. I was doing this by myself, going back and forth to the doctor, calling Red Cross, calling FEMA. They have no benefits. All we needed was someone to put us up and out of this environment so they can come in and eradicate the mold and all this. But it took me to call the city for y'all to unstop these drains. See, this was full of mud. They had no way of draining out the water. So all the water was just sitting here.
It was sitting around the back everywhere.
Yeah. So I had to rally up, get these people crunk and tell them, this is y'all. We is living in hospital. We ain't supposed to be breathing this. So the city, I'm glad the inspector came out and inspect, so therefore I had someone to back up what I've already known and been telling my neighbors.
You know what I'm looking for right now?
And sister, what is the city of Houston, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the name of this some particular slumlord are you speaking about?
First Castle Homes.
First Castle Homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, First Castle Homes. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do some research. We're going to put this video up. And let's see if we can throw some heat on First Castle Homes. How about that? Because that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, this is illegal to live in mold. Most places they condemn that once the city find out that you're living in mold.
Well, they had got cited. If you can walk to the end of the building, you'll see yellow citation, a violation. Because what they did is when they removed the carpet out, they put it right here in front of our houses. Well, and they put it outside the road. Well, that was an automatic citation because that was already biohazardous stuff that you left on property for us still to breathe in. So he had automatically cited.
And you have kids in this?
Yes, I have 5 kids.
5 kids living in mold.
This is my neighbor, Rebecca. Really? So we gonna be in front of our whole lawyer and everything. We finna fight these people. Baby, you can't hide. The truth is the truth. Yeah, I had actually got with a lawyer, and he told me the more get your neighbors aboard. If they got complaints, if they got, I went to the hospital 3 times. My kids went too, and I got all of them aboard. So I talked to him. We haven't talked no prices or anything because he wanted to try to get everybody.
By the time I have to close my window. If I don't close my window, then it's like, okay. And when I got to the point where I seen one that's not mine, I'm talking about like, it's like 25, 36 o'clock in the morning.
He said his name is at the Shrine of Black Madonna on MLK. It's Warren Houston is the brother that gives the presentations. I'm trying to find out exactly the time, but what I can't, if y'all on Facebook, add him on Facebook. It's Warren Houston.
I will.
He has a radio blog, Know Thyself Radio as well. And that runs every Sunday from 6 p.m. Well, Central Standard Time would be, looks like 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
The doctor had asked me, Miss Scott, do you have
what's your name?
history? Miss LaShawn Scott.
Miss LaShawn. Her name is LaShawn Scott.
Do you have a history of acute bronchitis? I said, no, I only have hypertension.
I think the unit.
And he said, I'm on steroids, I'm on albuterol, antibiotics, pain medication, I'm on all this. And they had, I've been to the emergency 3 times.
Get B now.
I try to get more. And this particular slumlord, sister, what is they located in Houston?
Oh yeah, they are for, you would take Richmond and Kirby.
At Richmond and Kirby, okay. Are they on the internet?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they are because they have Gmail accounts.
Okay, all right. I'm glad to know that. All right. Yeah, brother, we're gonna do something about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, cause that pissed me off. I got kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you know, I had got looking at when I took my kids to the emergency room. You know, they looking at me like, ma'am, what are your plans when you leave me? I say, I reached out and contacted several resources from the city of Houston, and no one reached back out to help me. I say, what am I to do? I say, they waived the rent for the month of November, but when you go to a room, that's like 2 rooms I'm taking up. That ain't last but about 5 days.
Yeah.
So I had to come back to this. So that's why I'm saying, why I've been living here a year. I've never once been late on my rent.
Correct.
So why can't, if I'm giving you your money on time, I'll give you no problems on this property. Why can't you accommodate me and my family? You know, this is what I pay rent for, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, like I said, if you stand for anything, you got to stand for something, or you'll file for anything.
There's a young man by the name of Travis McGee. He's the head of the civic club in this area. He's gonna come by your house today. And then he and I, we're gonna get together on Monday, and we're gonna contact the council person for this area, and we're gonna make sure that it's handled. Okay? Let me give you my.
Now, hearing all that and knowing that there were children living in this environment, it made me very upset because I actually went into the area where they were living and saw another apartment, and they had mold all over the place. And I looked around and I was like, how could they have anybody in here like this? And when you heard she said she reported to all these different people, different agencies, the city, and all this other stuff, and nothing really happened. See, this is what happens to poor people in this nation, because they feel that what they're going to do about it, they don't have a voice. They don't have nobody standing up for them. They don't have money for attorneys to sue us and to force us to do our jobs that we're supposed to do, so we can get away with doing this. But in the nicer homes, in the nicer neighborhoods, we're not going to even put up with that stuff. We find out there's mold, we're going to tell the family they can't stay there, and it's in the law and everything else. But poor people, forget them. And that is the way this country works when it comes to poor people, period. And this stuff just isn't right. Now, in the video, I asked the sister, what's the name of the people who own this place? Because this is the thing. We have to find out who owns stuff to go to the source, because the source is how you rectify the problem. We talk about these apartment complexes and all this other stuff. They got crime. Who owns them? Go to them. Force them to deal with the issue at hand. Find out what laws they're violating by allowing certain things to go on. But I did fact check what the sister had to say to make sure they were the owners of that property. And I put the link in the description box. You could look at the website for yourself, but they were the owners of that property, First Castle Homes. And they have other homes they're selling that cost different prices, but they are slumlords. And they need to be dealt with. Now, Brother Derek Muhammad is going to deal with his contacts that he have at the city. I'm doing my part of putting this out here to let people know this is how poor people are treated. And when they don't have anyone to speak up for them, then they continue to deal with this. There's no reason for someone to be going to the hospital constantly for mold exposure. Mold exposure will kill you. It will kill children. Small children and elderly are usually the most susceptible to different things. And you got little kids in this house like this. And she said that, they went to different places, but they couldn't stay very long because, like I said, money is tight. I understand that. A lot of people will try to criticize and what they should do this, do that. What are you doing anything to help them? At least we try to do what we can to force this slumlord to do the right thing. Because if you are a property owner, then you're required to protect your property, have insurance and everything else. But you have a lot of these slumlords and these people who own these apartment complexes. All they care about is collecting those dollars. They can care less if drugs going on, people getting killed, prostitution. They don't care about none of that stuff. They just want those dollars at the end of the month coming from the government or coming from those individuals. And we in our community have to put a stop to that, where they can't facilitate crime or they can't treat our people this way no longer. See, in order for us to make change, and this is why I told the brothers, we got to unify. And that's my mission. I'm trying to unify brothers and sisters to help in the community. Because Brother Derek, he could do what he can do. I can't do that. I don't have those contacts. I do my thing. But when you work together, then you see how great things work out when we work together in unity. And we came, to the home under the spirit of unity. And if we aren't unifying in our community, then we need to excommunicate ourselves from those individuals who don't want to unify, who don't want to do the right thing, because we are dying every day out here. And it's not no politician's responsibility, no magical white man on a horse to come save you. It is our responsibility within the black community to solve our issues and our problems and to help our brothers and sisters that are in need. But we're going to stay on it. We'll let you know future what's going to happen with this situation. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.